Welcome. Can you tell what today's video is going to be about? I haven't done a video here, but we have a good reason for it. So the winner of the giveaway was Tiana. And when I reached out to Tiana about what she wanted for the giveaway, she said she didn't want anything, but she did have an opal that she won from another channel. And it was an Ethiopian opal. And would I be willing to cut it for her? That's it right there. Would I be willing to cut it for her so that she could see it into a gemstone? So these ones right here, I haven't done any Ethiopian videos really on the channel, but these are some ones that I've played around with a little bit recently, checking different ways of drying them out so they wouldn't crack. And as you can see, none of these have any cracks that weren't there already when they went in. This one went cloudy and never came back cloudy. It was the same color as these when I cut it. That one never had the cloudiness leave it. The rest of those went back to crystal and beautiful. None of them are finished stones. I was just cutting them and didn't want to spend a lot of time on them until I made sure that they weren't going to crack up. So those of you that don't know about Ethiopian opal, most of the opal I cut, well, all the opal I cut is from Australia. And there are other places in the world where you can get opal. You can get it in the U.S., in Utah, in Nevada, in Oregon. You can get it from the Mexican fire opal. You can get opal from another number of different countries, but probably the two primary sources are Australia, obviously, and Ethiopia. The Ethiopian opal mining field is about a meter thick layer that goes for miles, and it has very beautiful opals in it, as you can see, but they do come with a little bit of a downside, a lot of them, and that is, one, they are hydrophaned, meaning that the molecules in them are far enough apart that they will allow water to enter them. When water enters them, the water kind of clouds up and obscures the color that you see now. As soon as those get wet, well, within an hour or so, if you put them in water, they'd be completely dark. And most of them, when you pull them out of the water, if they dry, when the water leaves, the color comes back. Now the problem is, if they dry too quickly, just like any glass, if it contracts or expands too quickly, it will break and crack. So you have to, there's techniques you can use to get them to dry out slow enough that they have much less chance of cracking. All opal can crack. As you see from watching my channel, a lot of the Cooper PD I cut, all of the Mintabi I've cut is cracky stuff. This Ethiopian opal is at least that bad, if not worse. Now I've looked at this one, Tiana's. Look at the beautiful reds, greens, the colors in there. We do have some issues. We already have some cracking here and here. And so I reached out to her. It looks to me like the best way, short of just dremeling this, polishing it, and leaving it as it is, would be to cut it down this little ridge line right here. Cut it right down that saddle and go for a stone on this side and a stone on this side to kind of double our chances of getting a nice stone. There's other cracks that we'll have to deal with that might reduce the size. I have this one laying here. It's kind of a backup that I have on hand that also has some nice color in it. We're going to make sure that Tiana gets a nice opal out of this regardless. And because she said that she liked the boulder opal so much, we're going to make sure we send her home with a boulder opal pendant of some sort too. But this video is for everybody. But Tiana, thank you for watching and commenting, and congratulations on winning the contest. Let's go out there and cut your opal. It's a beautiful Ethiopian opal. And we'll see what we can do about getting you two beautiful gemstones that you could have set in something and make a piece of jewelry. Oh, check out my little spinning display stand I just showed up in the mail about 10 minutes ago. I thought it was pretty neat. Look at that orange one. That right there. Maybe we should just send all of those. Let's see what we get. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and use no more water than we need to just keep the stone cool. You can see that we've got some cracking right there, right here. That's part of the reason why we're going to cut it right along there and through there, trying to get a stone from that side and a stone from that side. That one should be beautiful. And thankfully, this side right here, I don't see any obvious cracks in this side. So we're hoping that we can get a stone about like so, right there, in the middle of that beautiful color. Our warm-up stone will be this guy right here. That's a sandy mess, but we'll see what we can cut from this as a warm-up. That should be a nice one. Let's go. So I've got just enough water going to cool things down. Let's look in under the sand here and see how bad this is. See if the sand is on the surface or going all the way through. Trying to decide if it's worth cutting that piece right there out. That sand's going to eat everything else up right there. That's all it is sand, see? I think we cut that piece out and try to get two pieces. Got a crack right there. So I think we got some Dremel work to do. Alright, now you can see right here how far the water is already soaked in. See the edge of where the water's in? We'll notice the color starting to dim out on it. It makes it hard to cut, but thankfully we've got color almost everywhere, so even once the color starts to dim out because of the water, we should be safe to just cut it however we can maximize the size. So that's probably about a 8 to 10 carat piece, and this one's probably about 5. So let's see what we can get out of these carefully. There's a crack right there going back that way. Keep that in mind. I'm just going to clean up that edge. See, I can feel the stone is sticking to my fingers because it's absorbing the water on my fingers. You can see the layer of water as it's going in, how quickly it's absorbing it. Don't worry, it should come back. We'll dop it up here pretty quickly so that we can maximize it and not have any mistakes. But I think a beautiful oval right there. And on this one, I think we'll clean up that edge just a little bit. And that edge. We can make the footprint a little bit bigger and end up with a little bit larger stone. Okay. See how quickly the color's going out of it and it's turning the glass on us? It's going to be beautiful. Don't worry, the color's coming back. It's coming back. How about our cracky mess here? This is so clear that any of that sand is going to show up. I'm almost inclined to leave that just like that. A little specimen piece. There's too much sand to get much out of it. All we'll do is polish that face. Alright, let's stop up our other two. Start with our smaller ones. See how quickly they went to white? Crystal to white. Just the amount of time it took me to dop them up. very high domed opal. Might as well get our center set up though. It's very soft. That's enough on that one. Stopping sticks are a little long. Okay, it's far enough. Got to get that dome even. The center of the stone needs to be the high point. Make sure we're good with the shape. This stuff is soft enough, I'll probably just finish it on the finishing wheel. Okay, check this one. I know it seems scary, but it's going to take probably a good 2 weeks to slowly get the moisture back out of this to where it's back to, hopefully back to crystal. Trying to check the shape here. When it's that clear, it's almost hard to tell. Okay. Making sure that dome is on the top. All right, here we go. I got him in here to weigh him, and this one had a little chip in the face. When it's glass, it's tough to see stuff like that till you get it dried off and cleaned. So we got this one right here that's got really awesome color, but I didn't think we'd be able to do anything without losing too much of it. Here's our two pieces from the one that we cut for Tiana. This one ended up at weight 2.9 is what it finished up at. This one finished up at 1.5. This one's going to be about 5 or 6 carats, but until it dries out, you won't be able to see all that beautiful color for a little while. But all of this stuff will go right here to Tiana. There's some beautiful Ethiopian, and there's one Australian opal in there. See if you can pick out which one it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was fun.